Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, the Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahai, not Allah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshua, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So got to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of Great Millstone who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether to accept it or not. And a sincere salutation to all the occupant pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Awatha who are listening and learning. You few sisters who are listening and learning. Messiah from Jim Messolano camp coming into another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification. Another day of edification, Lord willing, be edified. So I titled this lesson, When Truth Vanishes Away, Then What? Talking to you ones out there that don't believe what the prophets are telling you. You don't believe what the messengers is reporting to you. What the reporters are reporting to you from the Heavenly Father. When truth vanishes away, then what? So when it first kicked off with this inflation, it was like 7.5, right? Which was a couple months ago. So now they saying it's at 9.1. So watching the news, you got heathens and two-thirds alike complaining about rent and food, right? And gas. Now, I was watching the news this morning and they were saying down here in Florida, like the surrounding counties around Orlando, it's like 9,500. It said they are short 9,500 teachers, right? So they talking about how the kids go back to school less than a month or whatever, right? And they said when they return back to school, will it be teachers there? So they said they need 9,500 teachers from now to school start. Okay, most of the teachers that they lost, and they mentioned 5 different counties, right? 5 different counties, like schools all around these counties that's missing teachers because the teachers is not getting paid enough to pay their rents. Now they was mentioning in these neighboring counties around Orlando, these counties rent is like 1,300, 1,500, 1,700. So the teachers couldn't afford to pay their rents. Now this is the teachers that were staying close to the schools. How is it possible that these are the teachers that's teaching the kids? How are they? How are they some of the lowest paid people in North America, man? How is this possible? If these are the same ones that's teaching your children, why are they getting paid lesser than what lesser than what a bus driver or somebody that work for the city? Like you got these guys work for waste management. How are teachers getting paid less than what everybody else getting paid that's doing like regular work? And they the ones that teaching the kids. Why are they getting paid less? Babylon is going down. It's going down. Now they said the inflation is at 9.1. I just had to mention that because I think that is sick. That the very people that's teaching the kids is getting paid less. They can't even afford to pay their rent, man. Okay? So the teachers been moving. So they said they short 9,500 teachers. That's crazy. But it makes sense because North America, Babylon the Great, has to go down. For the Heavenly Father Yahweh to establish his only begotten son's kingdom on earth, and to tell you in Revelation 5 and 9 that the elect of Israel, the 144,000 men, King David and the Messiah, is going to reign on earth. The Messiah's kingdom is going to be on earth. So for the Messiah to sit, for the Heavenly Father Yahweh to establish his son's kingdom, this one has to fall. How does it fall? Like every other kingdom does. Monetary system, the economy, inflation, food shortages. Okay? That's why I tell you in Jeremiah 28 and 8, man. Okay? Prophesied many countries of evil, pestilence, and war, man. Okay? Famine. This is how it happens. This is what it looks like. Okay? So when truth vanishes away, then what? Because the Lord said he's bringing a famine of food and a famine of the word, man, of hearing his truth. Let's get this. This is Psalms 85 and 11, right? Let's read this. And the Lord tell us when you read in Sirach 17 and 18, it said the Lord is nourishing the hopeful elect with discipline, right? This Psalms 85 and 10. Listen to this. It reads, mercy and truth are met together. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other. Mercy and truth are met together. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other. What does it mean? Mercy and truth are met together. The Lord said he nourished us with discipline, right? When you read Jeremiah 24, it talks about a basket of good figs, which is the first right, meaning the first fruits. Then you have a basket of naughty figs. The Lord said there's evil, they cannot be eaten, right? They got to be thrown away, done away with. The basket of good figs, the Lord said he's nourishing them, right? With discipline. It's a mercy and truth are met together, right? So the hopeful elect, the Lord is waking up to the truth through mercy. So when I say mercy and truth are met together, the Lord is waking up the hopeful elect, Ezekiel 37, the valley of dry bones, right? The Lord is waking up the hopeful elect with truth by showing mercy. The Lord is showing mercy by giving you the understanding of truth, man. What truth is, what truth look like. So I was at the plantation meditating on Isaiah, on Psalm 85 and 10. Mercy and truth are met together. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other, right? The Lord said there is no peace to the wicked in Isaiah 48 and 22. Two-thirds ain't gonna get no peace. You had these guys last year and all this year, it was since last year, protesting, talking about Juneteenth, and they just want to be left alone, right? And we finally made it. Finally made it to what? These devils in control. And they tell you what you can do. You don't got no peace. Jake's still getting gunned down out here, man. Every day. Every day. So the Lord said there is no peace to the wicked. Now he said to the hopeful elect, he's going to show them mercy. Right? So again, it says Psalms 85 and 10, mercy and truth are met together because the Lord is waking you up to this truth by mercy. Right? And then I had to write that say the Lord is showing us by giving us access to the truth. That's showing mercy, man. So mercy and truth are met together. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other. Righteousness and peace is to the hopeful elect, man. In Jeremiah 15 and 11, it reads this. Yahweh said, verily, it shall be well with thy remnant. We don't know if we are the elect. We say the hopeful elect. But he said, verily, it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily, I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction. Right? When truth is vanished, then what? What are you going to do? Because the Lord have set up his prophets, his messengers, to warn you of the same words that was written a four time ago. It's the same words going through the Hebrew and the Greek, giving you understanding on what's really going on, man, which is prophecy, testimony of the Messiah, prophecy, famine, pestilence, concentration camps, FEMA camps, guillotines. Take Revelation 20, them that don't take the mark of the beast, a lot of them gonna have their heads cut off. We telling you these things are gonna happen. But Jake don't believe truth. What do they believe? They believe in oppression. They believe whatever's told to them by the oppressors. Let me get this. This is Amos 8 and 11. When truth vanishes away, then what? The Lord say, I got to read this real quick. In John 15 and 22, it reads, if I had not come, this is the Messiah speaking, this Yahweh speaking, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin. What does that mean? The Lord said, if he had not come and spoken to him, how is the Lord speaking now in these times? Amos chapter 3 and 7, it reads, surely the Lord, Yahweh Shema power, will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Now you might not believe these men that's giving you sound doctrine are not the prophets, and that's okay. But guess what? They are telling you what the Lord said. It's always when we teaching, it's thus saith the Lord, not what we think, not what we feel, not what we think about to happen. No, we telling you what's going to happen. That's what prophet means. It means to say before, warn you of the danger that's coming, and it's playing out right now. Everybody on the news right now is crying about rent and food prices. And it ain't just so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. It's everybody. The heathens and two-thirds of our people alike. Everybody complaining. Why? Because this is how a kingdom goes down. And it got to go down. The Messiah kingdom will come. But this one got to go down first. Amos 8 and 11. It reads, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, which is coming. A famine of bread and water is coming. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And people don't understand what's going on, man. The Lord is finna take this truth away. When he take this truth away, guess what else is gonna leave? Your comfort of food. A lot of jakes eat food for comfort, man. What they call it, comfort food, right? Well, the Lord said in Isaiah 3 and 1, just read that. We're gonna come back to this. Isaiah 3 and 1 reads, for behold, the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, doeth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the state and the staff, the whole stale of bread and the whole stale of water, right? The Lord is going to take away the food and the water and the word. That's going to be a heavy blow, man. Because he's giving us time to get it right now while the getting is good, as they say. So back in Amos 8 and 11, behold, the days come, said Yahweh Shema power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. It reads, and they shall wander from sea to sea. Sea to sea means from one people to another. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. In that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. What thirst? It's not talking about water. it's talking about this truth, which is likened to water. Did Messiah say that? So again, Amos 8 and 13. In that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. The Lord likened this truth to water, right? In John chapter 4, the woman at the well, what did Yahweh Shah say? This is John 4 in verse. Let's read a little bit of this. This is John chapter 4, verse 8. It reads, for his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Yahweh shall answer and said unto her, if thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith to thee, give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. The woman said unto him, sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle? Yahweh shall answer and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. Right? And it's a verse in Psalms that talking about the wells, you shall be as wells of water. And there's also one, let me get this one in Isaiah. In Isaiah chapter 12 and 3, it reads, Isaiah 12 and 2, behold, power is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. For Yahweh is my strength and my song. He also has become my salvation. Therefore, with joy shall ye draw water out of wells of salvation. Right? The wells of salvation, this truth. So Amos 8 and 13 said, the fair virgins and the young men shall faint for thirst. Amos 8 and 11 is not talking about water. It's talking about this truth. The brother just put it on comment board. If one of you brothers can get that precept for me in Psalms, it talks about wells of water springing up. This is John 7:38. Geometric in his likeness. He that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly, meaning your mind, shall flow rivers of living water. So in the time of real famine, right? In the time of real famine and food, which is food and water, guess what? The hopeful elect shall be filled with water. The hopeful elect shall be hydrated, while 2/3 will be dehydrated, man. Even into death. Even unto death, man. So this is, again, when the truth vanishes away, then what? Amos 8 and 11, one more time. Behold, the day comes, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. In that day shall the fair virgins and the young men faint for thirst. They're going to be looking for this truth, and they ain't going to be able to find it. Second Ezra, chapter 5 and 1. Nevertheless, as concerning, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, which is the prophecies, behold, the days shall come, the day which dwell upon earth shall be taken in great number, which is the 2/3, we're gonna see more and more people losing their life, like the hurricane, like that what was that earthquake that killed 1,000 people over here in Africa about a week or two ago. Would have been about maybe a month now, maybe not even that. So it say, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. What does that mean? Because it's gonna be a famine of the word. Shalom to the occupant off on the coming board. Shalom to all tuning in. Yahba Shema Shah Barakatham. It say, it's a beautiful precept right here, brother. Let's read this. This is Kingdom Driven 144, Sirach 15:3. It say, with the bread of understanding shall she feed him and give him the water of wisdom to drink. That's fire. That's fire. So let's say 2 Ezra 5:1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in great number. It's talking about 2/3 of J. Heathens alike. It's talking about 2/3 of J. And the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith, because the Lord is going to withdraw his word, and that's going to be it, man. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest. And we see a lot of wickedness going on right now, a lot. And it's nothing. It's a or that thou hast heard long ago. And the land that thou seest now to have root shall thou see wasted suddenly. It's going to be like when you watch the movie I Am Legend, or when you watch the movie Book of Eli, or you watch the movie The Road. These are all good movies. Go watch them if you haven't seen them. End time movies, man. Where do you think these devils get these movies from? They get them from the scriptures. Now, this is Ezekiel chapter 3 and 24. The Lord is taking his truth away. And when the truth vanishes, then what, man? You're going to be left out here all alone, man. And the Lord say he's going to lead you to your thoughts. Without this truth, we'll be bugged out, man. All of us will be bugged out, man. Completely bugged out, smoking weed, bugged out, man. Without this truth. This Ezekiel 3 and 24, it reads, then the Spirit entered into me and set me up upon my feet, and set me upon my feet, and spake with me, and said unto me, go, shut thyself within thy house. Now, before I finish reading this, in 2020, me and the brothers down here in Orlando, when that thing hit in 2020, we actually thought this Ezekiel 3 was about to play out real time, man, in 2020, because they set a curfew, they shut down Orlando. You couldn't be downtown after 9 o'clock. And we had to do like I think like maybe a month straight. We had to do our Saturday camp on StreamYard, man. Okay. So it says Ezekiel 3 and 24. But the good thing was we was watching. We was aware. 2/3 is not even aware of what's going on. That's the scary thing. And that's what the Lord says he's going to return like a thief in the night to 2/3 of our people. Ezekiel 3 and 24. Then the Spirit entered into me and set me upon my feet and spake with me and said unto me, go, shut thyself within thine house, but thou, O son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee and shall bind thee with them, right? And thou shalt not go out among them. This when we thought that 2020 was it, man, because they shut it down, right? And we had to do our live camp on StreamYard on Saturdays, right? It say, but thou, son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee and shall bind thee with them. With who? With the 2/3. Everybody was locked away in 2020, right? It say, and thou shalt not go out among them, which is in the highways and hedges. And I will make thy tongue to cleave to the roof of thy mouth. So we were still able to go on StreamYard and do lessons. So this ain't talking about that. Because when the Lord take this word away, the feminine word, that's it. If you haven't gotten this truth, By the time he shut this door of mercy up, that's it. Whatever you got, that's what your tank gonna have to run on, man. And Jacob trouble. If you haven't got this truth, by the time Jacob trouble hit, whatever's in your tank, that's what you're gonna have. Lord willing, all of us endure to that time. Cause man, we got a lot in our tank right now. Brothers, that's why I want to tell you in Matthew 25, the five wise virgins and the 10 virgins, right? It said they all fell asleep, right? Think about when it said they all fell asleep, but when they woke up, five had they trimmed their lamps, the other five didn't have no oil. What is that talking about? In Ezekiel 37, the valley of dry bones, right? It say the whole valley was full of dry bones, and it represented the whole house of Israel. But when they woke up, what happened? It say some got the flesh on them. You got a lot of Israelites that know they Israelites, and that's as far as it go. It say some got the flesh, and some got the flesh and the spirit, the breath of life, right? So those five wise virgins and those five foolish virgins, I just read that up. I just read Isaiah 12 and 3, 2 and 3. I just read that. But the water. So these five wise virgins still had the truth. What does that mean? It tell you in the scriptures that truth was that let's read it real quick. In Ecclesiasticus, what is that 27 3? No, hold on. 27:9. It's Ecclesiastes 27:9. The birds will resort unto their light, so will truth return unto them that practice in her. So the same ones that had the wisdom not to understanding is the same ones in the valley of dry bones that the Lord woke them up and put it back into them. The word education, right? Go back to the Greek word edikato, which means to draw out from within what you already knew. That's why Peter mentioned it. I'm gonna put thee in remembrance of these things. Peter mentioned that, right? I'm gonna put thee in remembrance. Why? Because this is the same wisdom, not understanding that plays out over and over and over, man. Like it tells in Ezekiel 18 and 20. The wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him, and the righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him. So whomever the Lord already know who the predestinated is, they're going to get it again. Lord willing, we got it, and we can hold on to it. So let's go back. Ezekiel 3 and 25. It say, but thou son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee, and shall bind thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover. When we out there in the highways and hedges, the Lord said in Isaiah 58 and 1, cry loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. So he say, and thou shalt not go out among them, and I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shalt not be to them a reprover, but they are a rebellious house. So when the family of the word take flight, ain't gonna be no more reproving out there. That's what the Lord said in Isaiah 55 and 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found, call upon him while he is near. You got time now to get this truth. Just like we talk about all the time about Noah, right? Shalom, Saquon, Yahba Shemama Shah Brakatah. What do you think they called Noah in that time? They called him conspiracy nut because it never rained. So you know you had people standing around watching Noah build an ark like this guy is bugged out. But then one day, after blue, it just started raining. It just started raining, and they still thought it was a joke until it was up to their necks, and it was too late. Same thing right now, man. Jake think that this is a joke, but it's not a joke. It's serious. So it say, but I will speak with thee. I will open thy mouth, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema shall power. He that heareth, let him hear. Understand it. And he that forbeareth, let him forbear, for they are a rebellious house. Two-thirds going to scoff, the whole flock is going to hear, and they're going to cleave. That's why I say this in Isaiah 32. There's Isaiah 32 and 2, it reads, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. This is the point. And the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken. Like the Lord said in Ezekiel 3 and 27. Those that hear, they're going to cleave. Those that forbear, they're going to be sitting looking. The next thing you know, the door of mercy is going to be closed. And all you're going to be hearing is, which I'm finna read it, is truth over here with you? They're going to be like, nah, what you talking about? You got time to get it. The Lord said this in Isaiah 43 and 8. Bring forth the blind people that have eyes. I just read this. And the deaf that have ears. You see? Who is this? The hopeful elect. Let's read this again, Ezekiel 3. It say, Ezekiel 3 and 27. But when I speak with thee, I will open thy mouth, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord, power. He that heareth, let him hear. What is that? Matthew 13 and 16. It say, blessed are your eyes for you see, and your ears for you hear. It say, and he that forbeareth, let him forbear, for they are a rebellious house. Right? Back in 2nd Ezra 5, in verse 9, it reads, and salt waters shall be found in sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Why? Ain't gonna be no food. Ain't gonna be no food, man. Jake gonna be kicking in Jake door looking for food. It say, then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber. Right? The truth gonna be hid, and shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon earth. One land also shall say, one land also shall ask another, and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous gone through deep? And it shall say, no. At the same time shall men hope, but nothing obtain. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper, man. There's a famine coming, man. We ain't talking about food and water. We talking about the words of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. This is in Amos chapter 5, verse 3. And Jake think this is a game, man. You know why? Because the Lord didn't give them the vision. They don't have eyesight, man. So they don't know what's going on. Jake just know what they see. There is no spirit in Jake. That's why I tell you in Proverbs 21 and 16, two-thirds of our people are dead, man. They walking amongst the dead, man. They are zombies. Amos 5 and 13, it reads, therefore, the prudent shall keep silent in that time, for it is an evil time. It said the prudent going to keep silent. When you go to Colossians 4 and 5, it reads this: walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time. What time? What time? Jacob's trouble, man. Famine, pestilence, FEMA camps, which right now you see you got the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Mexicans, they putting them in there separating their kids, man. Those are FEMA camps. They talking about the detention centers. Those are FEMA camps, man. It tell you in Revelation 2 and 10, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, man. What you think it's talking about? Revelation 20 talks about, what's that, verse 4? Talks about how some of the hopeful elect going to have their heads cut off for not taking the mark of the beast. Walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time, man. What time? Again, Amos 5 and 13. Therefore, the prudent, let's read this. This is Amos 5 and 12. For I know your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins. Talking to two-thirds. For I know your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins. They afflict the just. They take a bribe. You niggas that got the 501c3, you took a bribe. And they turn aside the poor and the gate from their right. That's your Mark the Messengers. That's your TD Snakeses. That's your Marcus Rogers. That's your Watchman Reports. That's your Young Bun Ephraim's. They took a bribe and they ain't telling you the truth. Guess what? It say, for your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins, they afflict the just, they take a bribe, and they turn aside the poor in the gate from their right. Therefore, the prudent shall keep silent in that time. What time? Jacob's trouble. For it is an evil time, man. In Jacob's trouble, it ain't gonna be no word out here, man. You ain't gonna see the prophets out here in the highways and hedges telling you to repent. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. Remember now thy creator, Yahweh Shemashah, in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. The evil days is not here, man. It's approaching. We seeing things play out, but they're not here, man. You still able to go get food. It's gonna come upon a time you ain't gonna be able to leave your house, or you might be food, because you're gonna have people. It's gonna be cannibals out here, man. The scriptures talks about it. Isaiah 9 tell you that, man. Okay. Remember not thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Right? In Isaiah chapter 9, let's get this. This Isaiah 9 and verse 18, it reads, for wickedness burneth as the fire. This is how bad wickedness is mounting up to the heavens, man. For wickedness burneth as a fire. What does that mean? The smoke go up of a fire, right? This is the wickedness of North America, Babylon the Great. It tell you that wickedness have reached to the heavens, man. That's in 2nd Ezra 11. And when you read about 39 about the last beast, the reign, that rule the earth, the Lord say have their wickedness have mounted up. It's also in Jeremiah 51. It's also in Revelation 18, man. Talking about these devils and their wickedness that they let go on through their policies, through their legislations, through their draconian measures, man. They let Jake just run wicked with wickedness. That's why he knows the man of sin. See, they can't sin. The Lord ain't give them the laws, but they push sin so you can go off, because these devils know they're going to die. They're going to lose. So what they're doing, they're trying to get many of you Israelites to follow that same down into that rabbit hole, man. They pushing you to kill yourself, man, because they can't get salvation. They know their end is up, and it's going to be hardcore, hard bondage, in chains, shackled up, man, working. So what they trying to do, take many of you down as possible. So it say, for wickedness burneth as the fire, it shall devour the browse and thorns. The Lord talks about browse and thorn, which are 2/3 of our people, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest, right here in Babylon the Great. There's a fire coming, man, from intercontinental ballistic missiles, and they shall mount up like the lifting up of smoke. Through the wrath of Yahweh Shemashah of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother, and he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, and shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. Close kins, babies, sister, mothers, wives, it's going down, man. It's going down here, man. Now, this is Michael chapter 7. So, like Michael, yeah, chapter 7 and verse, I'm gonna start at 5 here. I'm sorry, Michael 3 and verse 7. Salakia. It say, let me start at verse 5. It reads, thus saith Yahweh, concerning the prophets that make my people err, which is all your fake, false prophets, right? You know who they are, but I'm going to keep mentioning Mark the Messenger and Marcus Rogers, right? Thus saith Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, concerning the prophets that make my people err. How do they do this? because they took the bag. They took a bribe. They got the 501. They lying to you. Anybody calling on Jesus Christ in 2022, that nigga is a liar. He sold out. Thus saith Yahweh Shema Shah, concerning prophets that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry peace, and he that putteth not into their mouths truth, it said they, the congregation, even prepare war against him. Just wait. Creflo Dollar and TD Jakes got they churches is deep with a lot of people. Guess what's going to happen? Your congregation is going to turn on you, man. It say, he that putteth not into their mouths, they even prepare war against him. Therefore, a night shall be unto you that ye shall not have a vision. They don't got a vision now. It say that ye shall not divine. Salaki, it say, therefore, night shall be unto them, meaning darkness. Ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, that ye shall not divine, and the sun shall go down over the prophets. They was already wicked, lying. So whatever little they had going on, the Lord say the sun gonna go down on them. I mean, that's the end of their line, man. It say, and the day shall be dark over them. Then shall the seers be ashamed, and the diviners confounded. Yeah, they shall all cover their lips, for there is no answer of power, man, from the Lord. This is Ezekiel chapter 7 and 26. It reads, it say, mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then, then, when niggas need to see something happen, then they gonna try to seek the Lord, and it's gonna be too late. Cause that's how niggas is. Niggas always late. You know how Jake is. Jake be late. So Jake gonna wait till the last minute. You know it had to be some Jakes when it started flooding. It had to be some Jakes beating on the boat, man, on the ark. You know it had to be, man. Use your brain and think about it. You know it had to be some Jakes beating on the ark, asking Noah to open up the door, man. That's what our Lord said. He shut the ark's door, man. Because Noah probably would have had compassion and tried to let some people's on, man. It say Ezekiel 7:26. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest, and counsel from the ancients, man. This is 2 Peter chapter 2 and 1. It reads, but there were false prophets also among the people. It had always been false prophets, man. Even as there shall be false teachers among you. If you ever read the story about this guy in 1 Kings 13, and the Lord told him, go to this city, prophesy, and when you leave out the city, don't leave out the same way, right? Well, as he went to the city, he prophesied, and he was sitting, I forgot what to say, he was sitting on a tree or somewhere on the wall, he was just sitting, right? So another guy came to him and said, hey, you that prophet? He was like, yeah. The guy said, I'm a prophet of the Lord as well, right? Well, if he was a prophet of the Lord, why would the Lord send him if he was already in the city? The story is beautiful, right? So he said, come with me. The Lord told me, he said, an angel told me to come get you and bring you back to the house to eat and drink. The Lord told him, go in the city, prophesy the word, drop the word on them. When you leave out, don't leave out the same way you went in. He said, the Lord told the guy, the prophet, don't eat nothing, don't drink nothing. Prophets, go drop the word on them and get out of there. Well, some guy came to him and said, I'm a prophet like you is. And the angel told me to come get you, right? If the Lord wanted him to eat and drink, he would have came to him again in a vision and said, listen, you finna go on another little journey. Go ahead and eat your little something. But the Lord said, don't eat nothing, don't drink nothing. So there has always been false prophets. It say 2 Peter 2 and 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord. Mark the messenger is denying the Lord. He's not calling Yahweh Shema Shah. That's denying the Lord. It say, even denying the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And we hear the Lord gave us spiritual fathers to guide us on how we're supposed to conduct ourselves in the last days, man. Since you come to it, as I tell you in Philippians 1 and 5, from your first day in the truth all the way to now. Let's read that. This is Philippians 1 and 5. It reads, For your fellowship, for your fellowship in the gospel from the first day until now, man. The Lord set us up with spiritual fathers to give us guidance on how we should conduct ourselves, how to teach, what to teach, how you're supposed to maneuver, right? Being a watchman, you're watching, you're reporting, you're feeding the sheep with sound doctrine, man. This is Isaiah 33 and 15. It reads, He that walketh righteously and speaketh uprightly, he that despises the gains of oppressions. To tell you, surely oppression make a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Right? Was that Ecclesiastes 7 and 7? He that walketh righteously and speaketh uprightly, he that despises the gains of oppressions, that shaketh his hands from holding up bribes. You can't give a righteous man money. You can't pay a righteous man off, man. But you can pay a wicked nigga off. They'll take the bad because Esau have programmed us to chase the money, man. As I'm gonna keep saying it, this devil taught us to get money, and then you can get that nice house with the pretty chick, with the two-car garage and the nice whips, right? But the Lord say, "Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and His righteousness, and everything else will be added." But that's the devil's job to deceive you, man, right? Just like he got us writing from left to right, we reading from left to right. Hebrews write from right to left, we read from right to left. But the devil is total opposite of the Lord. Right? They got us going off the sun calendar. Our calendar went off the moon. You see how opposite this devil is to the Lord, man? So anyway, it's a he that walketh righteously and speaketh uprightly. He that despises the gains of oppressions, that shaketh his hands from holding up bribes, that stoppeth his ears from hearing the blood. These guys ain't telling you. These guys is on these YouTube platforms. They ain't rebuking you. They ain't telling you not to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. They promoting it. You can do what you want to do. Jesus still love you no matter what you do. Because you know what? Christianity teaching everybody gonna get raptured out of here. Nobody gonna die. You want to get raptured out of here before Jacob trouble happened. The scriptures say otherwise. But that's what Christianity is saying. So people is betting on getting raptured out of here. It say that stoppeth his ears from hearing of blood and shutteth his eyes from seeing evil. What did the Lord say in Jeremiah 40 and 10? See, this is talking about people that's not giving you the truth, man. This Jeremiah 40 and 10 it reads, Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. Right? Cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. What does that mean? That means he's not telling you you going off because you eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. He's not telling you you commit adultery, you going off, the Lord gonna punish you for that. They ain't gonna tell you this because they under the 501c3. They got the bag, and their job is to lie to you much as possible. Because that's what Esau is. He's a liar. He's a forger of lies. What's that? Job 13 and 4. Right? They are forgers of lies. They are physicians of no value, just like their medicine. The medicine don't heal you. It helps you with the symptom, but it doesn't heal you. Why would they heal you? Then who's going to get the medicine? Then it won't be $1 billion industry selling pills. If they healed you, if they healed your diabetes, high blood pressure, right? Who's going to get sick? If we dealing with herbs, the Lord said deal with the herbs. If they healed you on they whatever they selling you, and they'll never come back to them, how they gonna make money off your insurance company? These devils make billions, trillions, zillions of dollars off selling you chemicals with some herbs in it. Because they still put herbs in it. They just use more chemicals. John D. Rockefeller. took over these companies, man. And he banned all the doctors that was using natural herbs, man, because they don't make money if they heal you. The company will go in the ground overnight, man. And guess who's mostly on getting medication, high blood pressure and diabetes from eating all these cakes, cookies, and pies filled with fake sugar? It's you Jakes. It's you Jakes. So your Mark the Messengers and Marcus Rogers and Watchman Reports and all these guys that got these platforms, they ain't gonna tell you not to eat these things. You don't hear not one of these guys talking about trying Judges 5 and 11, rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord. They ain't gonna tell you that. That's why the Lord say it's gonna be a major blow to all these people that sold out. Isaiah 28. Let's get this. In Isaiah 28 and 15, this is all these guys on YouTube that got Patreon and PayPal and Apple Pay and Cash App. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the video. We don't tell nobody that. We come on here and teach, drop this word, and we out, man. Isaiah 28 and 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death. Who is death? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. They are death, man. Everywhere this devil go at, they brings death, man. They tell you where they go, they bring confusion. Like when you go, Elder Yashua, I'm going to the lesson. I mentioned a lot, man. This devil been wandering around the world since Cain. Doing what? Building cities. Malachi 1 and 4 tell you, they said what? We will return and build the desolate places. These devils been wandering around the earth, building cities, bringing confusion, man. That's what they do. They go all over the four corners of the planet, bringing confusion, man. Isaiah 28 and 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. That's these niggas saying, oh, when hell breaks loose, Jesus gonna come and rapture all us out of here. Psych, you have been lied to. It say, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge. Ted in Isaiah 30 and 10. And on the falsehood have we hid ourselves. And these guys know they on the falsehood and lies, but they got to teach you that too. This is how they get their money. That's why Yahweh said, go to the highways and hedges and bid my people to the marriage. You don't need no building fund when you're out there teaching in the streets, right? You don't got to collect no money for a light bill when you're out there teaching in the highways and hedges. It's free. That's what the Lord say, go to the highways and hedges, man. Anything else, now you got to have a building fund. And it say, they that wear soft raiment be in king's houses. What's the king houses? It's these churches. Jeremiah 5 and 7, the Lord called them harlot houses. Why? Because you are committing spiritual adultery. You're worshiping Jesus Christ, which is not a person. Well, it was a person. What's this guy name? Rodrigo Borgia's son, Cesare Borgia, right? But he's not our God, man. He's a fake and a phony. So when you go to these harlot houses, you are committing spiritual adultery. That's what the Lord called them harlot houses. Okay? And it's a lot of other things going on. We know what goes on in churches, right? So they have made lies. They said, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves, man. And this is 2/3 of our people. This is what they trust in. This is Psalms 89. But you know what? We want about the whole elect, man. We trying to stay grounded. As I tell you when it was that Colossians 2 and 6, staying rooted and established in his faith, man. This is Psalms 89 and verse 14. It reads, justice and judgment are the habitation of thy throne. Mercy and truth shall go before thy face. The mercy and truth, the Lord dealing with the whole elect. He's showing the whole elect mercy, and he's giving them the truth. He's showing us mercy by giving us this truth, man. He's Yahweh Shema Shai showing us mercy by giving us this truth, man. It say, Blessed is the people that know the joyful sound. What's the joyful sound? Salvation. The song of salvation. The Lord told Moses in Jeremiah in Deuteronomy 31, teach Israel this song, right? So when you read in Revelation, when they say, and they sung as it were a new song, because it's not a new song. It's the same song from Deuteronomy 31. We just forgot the words. But then the Lord said, okay, open their mind up to it. Now we learning this tune. Now we hear the song. We have learned the words, and it's the song of salvation, man, because it's only for the elect of Israel. That's the song, man. It's a blessed the people that know the joyful sound. Hold on, I got to get this. When you go to Matthew, I'm finna mention this is talking about the joyful sound, right? This is Matthew. What is that? 16. Matthew 16 and 4. No, select it. Matthew 11 and 16 it reads. But whereunto should I liken this generation? It is likened unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows and saying, we have piped unto you, and you have not danced. Danced to what? To the joyful sound. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented. We telling you a lot of things about to go down. Jacob's trouble. But there's a song in the midst of hearing the bitter. There's a sweetness. Lord willing, we get to endure to the end and be of the elect, man. So, what is that? Ezekiel. Let's get this one. In Ezekiel 33, in verse 31, it reads, Ezekiel 33 and 30, it says, also thy son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of thy house, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. And they come unto thee as people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear the words, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love. We have many people come back to cap shalom, keep up the good work. Shalom, keep up the good work. Right? It said, and they hear the words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love. Y'all keep up the good work. Y'all doing a good thing out here. We done heard every kind of line out there. But their heart goeth after their covetousness. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that can have of one that have a pleasant voice and can play well on the instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. You see, this is a song. Let me get this. This is Revelations 14 and 1. It reads, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. Right? And I heard a voice from heaven as a voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. You see, children sitting in the marketplace. Verse 3, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. Now, you have the hopeful elect, then you have the unknown multitude, right? Well, the unknown multitude, guess how they hear the truth? They hear it from the 144,000. It say, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which are redeemed from the earth. The 140, which all 144,000 are here, some of them men in the spiritual realm, right? Majority is here. So the unknown multitude in Revelation 7, guess how they hear the word? From the 144,000. That's here on the earth, prophesying, man, right? And they sung as it were a new song. Let's get this. In Deuteronomy 31, since I mentioned it, verse 15. This is Deuteronomy 31 and 16. It reads, and Yahweh said unto Moses, before thy sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go a whoring after the gods of strangers of the land. And we still live today. Jake still following other gods. Jesus Christ is another God that we never knew until we got here in Babylon the Great, man. It say, and Yahweh said unto Moses, behold, thou shalt sleep, behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go a whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land, whether they go to be among them. Are we not here among the heathens? Doing what? Following their God. It say, and will forsake me and break my covenant which I have made with them. Then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day, and I will forsake them, and I will hide my face from them, and they shall be devoured, and many evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in that day, are not these evils come upon us, because our power is not among us? Only the whole elect is going to say this. And I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they shall have wrought, in that they are turned unto other gods. Now therefore, Deuteronomy 31 and 19. Now therefore, write ye this song for you and teach it the children of Israel. Put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel. For when I shall have brought them into the land which I swear unto their fathers, that floweth with milk and honey, and they shall have eaten and filled themselves and waxen fat, then would they turn unto other gods and serve them and provoke me and break my covenant. And it shall come to pass, when many evils and troubles are befalling them, that this song shall testify against them as a witness. For it shall not be forgotten out of the mouths of their seed. For I know their imaginations, which they go about, even now before I have brought them into the land which I swear. Moses therefore wrote this song the same day and taught it the children of Israel. So in Revelations 14, I'm going to read it again, verse 3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne. It's not a new song. We just forgot the song. And before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. And we keep telling you heathens, you vocab Malones and EJ Loves and Jesus the Word and James White, you can't learn this song. It's not for you. Go pick up some jazz CDs. Go listen to some whoever, man. Okay, go listen to Randy, Travis. Go get you somebody like that, man. Because this song is exclusive, man. Okay, this is again in Psalms 89 and 14. It reads, justice and judgment are the habitation of thy throne. Mercy and truth shall go before thy face. The Lord is looking down. Listen, that's what he dealt with is hot, man. Satan, it tells you in Revelation 12 that the accuser of our brother is cast down. This devil is pissed off. Why? Because the whole elect is waking up, man. That's why I tell you Revelation 12 and 17. And the dragon is wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. Why? Because they keep the commandments of the Lord and have the testimony of Yahweh Shah. These devils is pissed off. Just because you don't see the Rothschilds, they pissed off, man. Because you hopefully out there is waking up to this truth, man. You are sticking to this truth, man. And these devils is pissed off. They tell you that what is that, Ezekiel 12 and 3? The keepers of the house shall tremble. These devils is trembling, man. We don't gotta see them. We know it, man. The Lord said they're gonna do it. It's a Psalms 89 and 14. Justice and judgment are the habitation of thy throne. And they know when the Lord, man, when you read in Judith, when the guy said, if their power is not with them, you can take them. But if their power is with them, leave them alone. Leave them alone, man. And we know the names of the Lord now, man. We are calling on the Heavenly Father and His Son in the Hebrew. These devils is trembling. Mercy and truth shall go before thy face. Blessed is the people that know the joyful sound. Lord willing, we endure to the end. The sound is that song of salvation, man. That deliverance. It's a blessed the people that know the joyful sound, that shall walk, O Yahweh, in the light of thy countenance, man. The hopeful elect is walking, hey, faithfully, sincerely, diligently, man, in the light of the Lord's countenance, man. Man's goings of the Lord, man. So when truth vanishes away, then what? What are you going to do? Who are you going to turn to? Who are you going to turn to, man? It's a verse 16. In thy name shall they rejoice all the day, and in thy righteousness shall they be exalted, man. Let me get this. Man, this is Psalms chapter 90. In verse 9 it reads, for all our days are passed away in thy wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told. That's the best we got. In James 4, tell you how we just appear for a little time and then vanish away, man. That's why Solomon said, whatever you do, whatever you put your hands to do, you better do it and go hard at it, man. And all we got is this truth, man. This all you need. Revelation 2, verse 4 say, this is our first love, man. It say Psalms 90 and 9. For all our days are passed away in thy wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told. The days of our years are 80 and 10, and if by reason of strength they be 80 years. Some Jays live to be 100. It say yet it say yet is their strength labor and sorrow. Yet is their strength labor and sorrow. The Lord did a number on us, man. For it is soon cut off, and we fly away. Who knoweth the power of thy anger? Even according to thy fear, so is thy wrath. Here's the point. Psalms 9 and 12. So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom, not money, wisdom, not gold and silver, wisdom. Because Isaiah 33 and 6 reads, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that times. Psalms 90 and 12. So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom, man. Right? In Second Ezra, what is that? Second Ezra 2, right? Let's read this. This is Second Ezra 2 and 34. It reads, and therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen, that hear and understand. Who it is talking to? It's talking to Israelites. And therefore I say unto you, O you heathen, that hear and understand. Look for your shepherd. He shall give you everlasting rest, for he is nigh at hand, that shall come in the end of the world. We watching the tokens. We watching the prophecies. We don't got long, man. Be ready to the reward of the kingdom, for the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore. And it starts when you read Isaiah 92. It said, they that have walked in darkness have seen a great light, man. It say, flee the shadow of this world, which is spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, and Lord willing, you're going to get beamed out of here physically, man, and changed in the midst of getting beamed out of here, man. It say, flee the shadow of this world, receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly, or receive the gift that is given you. That's in 1 Timothy 4, verse 13 through 16. It said, neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy. 1 Timothy 4, 13 through 16. Go read it. or receive the gift that is given you, and be glad, giving thanks unto him that have led you to the heavenly kingdom. Now we tasting of the kingdom. Now we see what the kingdom like, man. Because we reading it. We reading the blueprint. It said, arise up and stand. Then the Lord said, and what's that? Psalms 94:16. Who shall stand for me? Who shall arouse me against the workers of iniquity, against the house of evildoers? 2 Ezra 2:38. Arise up and stand before the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, man. Right? We don't know, but the Lord know. But guess what he said? Arise up and stand. What it take in Ephesians 6? Put on the whole armor of the Lord that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Right? That's what we doing. We got the whole armor of Yahweh Shema Shalom, and we're standing in great boldness, man. Arise up and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, which are departed from the shadow of the world, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. We done separated from this place. We just waiting, Lord willing, physically to get translated out of here. It say, and have received glorious garments of the Lord. Lord willing, we endure. The Lord has given us these garments. We got them on now, man. Colossians 3:12 say, put on, therefore, as the elect, man. It's going to keep you humble and feeding the sheep, man. It's going to keep you studying. It's going to keep you observing our spiritual fathers, our big brothers, man. Our big elders and bishops, our big brothers, man. This is what these garments doing, man. The Lord say, put on your garments, lest you be found naked, man. The truth. It say, arise up and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, which are departed from the shadow of the world, and have received glorious garments of the Lord. This is the elect. This is talking about the elect. Salvation. It say, the point I want to make, verse 4, they say, take thy number. You know how you go somewhere and they say you got to take a number? Oh, when you go to Joanne Taylor, if you go get fabrics, Joanne Taylor make you a garment, which I stopped going now. I go there for the fringes, but they fabric too high. When you go in Joanne Taylor, they tell you take a number, right? If it's a line, you take a number and wait. Take thy number, 2 Ezra 2:40. Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. Listen, Lord willing, we are taking a number. We don't know, but we putting on every day, man. What else you gonna do? Ain't nothing else to do. What else you gonna do? And if it was something else to do, would you rather be doing that or this? I would rather be doing this, man. It said, take that number, O Zion, and shut up those that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. It said, the number of thy children, whom thou longest for, which talking about the land of Israel, because it tell you in Ezekiel 36, the Lord say, I will multiply men and beasts upon you, the land of Israel. Because when you go, because right here in 2 Ezra 2, when you start to talk, it talks about how the land casted us out, right? And she says she is forsaken, she is a widow and forsaken. It say, the number of thy children whom thou longest for, because Israel, hey, our bodies in sync with the earth, man. Everything is off because we are not in rulership. The trees mourning, the animals mourning, okay? The fowls, the birds is mourning. Everything is mourning because we are not in rulership, man. The land is off, man. It ain't producing. It's a beseech the power of the Lord that thy people, which have been called from the beginning, may be hallowed. Come on, man. This is what we doing, man. I gotta, since I mentioned, let's close with this. This is oh, when I read right there, it said, let me go back. Salakia. I gotta read this again. So in 2 Ezra 2 and 34, it say, and therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen, that hear and understand, look for your shepherd. He shall give you everlasting rest, for he is nigh at hand that shall come in the end of the world. Right? It mentioned heathen that can hear and have understanding. The Lord said in Isaiah 43:20. In that verse, in 2 Ezra 2, he's called as heathen, right? In Isaiah 43:20, it say, the beasts of the field shall honor me. the dragons and the owls, because I give waters in the wilderness and rivers in the desert to give drink to my people, my chosen. The Lord called us dragons and owls. I said it yesterday. Why? Dragon mean to be wise. Owls got eyesight, man. They got that oil, man. The Lord is talking to the whole select here, man. So, closing precept, Revelation 2, verse 4. Hey, when this truth vanishes away, then what? What are you going to do, man? You scoffers out there, man. What are you going to do? You're going to be running from one place to another, looking for the truth, and you ain't going to find it. Revelation 2 and 4. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. Remember therefore from whence thou art fallen. We are the fallen angels. We are the men of Israel. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian, Haitian men. We are the fallen angels, man. Remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent. That's it, man. That's it. Our candlestick is the Lord. Let me make a point. In Psalms 20, so like in Proverbs 20 and 27, the Lord saying, I just read it, the Lord will come and remove your candlestick, man. All you niggas that got your one talent and you hiding it, guess what? He's going to take your candle, man. This is Proverbs 20 and 27. The spirit of man is the candle of the Lord, searching all the inward parts of the belly. What's your belly? Your mind, right? Let me get this. Zephaniah 1 and 12. See, the Lord is cold, man. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leads, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. So, again, oh, see, Salakia, the Lord is telling us, man, we got one job to go to the highways and hedges and be it to the marriage, man. One job. That's all you got to do. Eat this roll. The Lord say, eat this roll, steadily show thyself approved, with that 2 Timothy 2 and 15, right? Eat this roll, eat this roll, and go speak to the house of Israel, man. It's closing precept, Zechariah 8 and 16. These are the things that ye should do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. If you telling somebody that the Lord name is Jesus Christ, you is a liar. If you telling somebody that the Most High name is Yahweh or Jehovah or Ahia, you is a liar. Elohim, you a liar, man. If you telling somebody that the Messiah name is Yeshua and Jesus and Jesus Christos and Yahshua and Yeshua, you are a liar, man. These are the things that you should do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. What gates? In the highways and hedges, in the streets and lanes. Not sitting behind a keyboard. In the highways and hedges, in the streets and lanes. And let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor, and love no false oath. What we see everywhere? A lot of false oaths, man. They're lying. For all these things that I hate, saith Yahweh. So speak truth to your neighbor, because the time is coming, ain't gonna be no more truth. And then what, man? Then you wasted your life, you wasted your whole time. Matter of fact, see, I gotta get this too. Salakia. Let me read this. This is Zechariah 13, right? It say, this is Zechariah 13 and 3. It reads, and it shall come to pass that when any shall yet prophesy, then his father and his mother that begat him shall say unto him, thou shalt not live. For thou speakest lies in the name of the Lord, and his father and his mother that begot him shall thrust him through when he prophesied. You see that? And it shall come to pass in that day that the prophet shall be ashamed every one of his vision when he have prophesied, neither shall they wear rough garments to deceive. They ain't gonna wear rough garments. They're gonna be in nice garments. And that's why I tell you, that's what the Lord said. What did you go to see? John the Baptist in the wilderness in a rough garment, right? He said, they that wear soft raiment be in king's houses. What is that talking about? These niggas that got the 501, they sold out. Niggas want to be decked out with nice garments. Guess what? It shall come to pass in that day that the prophet shall be ashamed every one of his vision when he prophesied. Neither shall they wear a rough garment to deceive. Yeah, you love these niggas on YouTube? Guess what? You're gonna die with them niggas, man. Lord is edifying. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, ready to accept it or not. And a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth and believing this truth. We're at the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Akwat who are listening and learning. Ye few sisters who are listening and learning. Lord was edifying. Till next time I say shalom. Wah, for tuning in. May Yahweh Shema Shah continue to bless you in your houses. Stay prayed up. Shalom.